You've been super stressed at work, and then your boss asks you, "Hey, did you send that email?" And you're like, "Huh?" Your memory's all foggy, you can't even think straight, and you are dealing with major brain fog. And burnout is one of the top contributors towards brain fog. Hello, if this is your first time tuning in, I am Lindsay Christian, and I help women who deal with chronic burnout to get their body feeling safe and amazing again. So if you feel like that's something you need in your life, then you've come to the right place. When you're burned out, your body is in survival mode, and your survival hormone, cortisol, goes through the roof. When you have high amounts of cortisol in your body, this will cause what's called vasoconstriction. Basically, it narrows your blood vessels and makes it really hard for blood flow to circulate in your body. And that can impact how your brain is getting steady oxygen and nutrients that it needs. Your brain is the most energy hungry organ in your entire body. It uses up 20% of all oxygen in your system. So if blood flow is compromised, the first place you're going to feel it is up here when it comes to focus, clarity, and memory. And it's not just blood flow, it's hormones, minerals, and your heart rate variability. These all play a role in how your brain is impacted. So minerals like magnesium, iron, and zinc, along with B vitamins, are crucial for helping to regulate your neurotransmitters in your brain to help with focus. Hormones like cortisol, estrogen, and insulin also impact how your brain cells communicate. So this is why it's actually very common for women that are going through menopause to experience trouble with their memory. And here's the other thing. So there's a strong correlation between low heart rate variability and more brain fog. And I can relate to this. When I was in the thick of burnout, my memory was horrible. I was mixing up dates, and it wasn't to the point where, when you forget something and you forgot something. This was where my brain had literally moved numbers around and I remembered it incorrectly. I was forgetting a lot of things. I felt so fuzzy in my mind. I felt confused. I felt really frustrated because my brain is usually very sharp. So I knew something was very, very wrong. And I went to get a hydration IV with extra minerals. I noticed that my brain fog just cleared. Like it was just like, whoa, like I was like, whoa. I felt like I was awake. I felt like a film had been removed. It was so amazing, but it also let me know that I was either deficient in a mineral or that there was something else going on. So when you do a hydration IV, all of those minerals or vitamins that you choose go directly into the bloodstream. And that's why my brain could be able to get all of those minerals right away. So let's talk about a few things that I know can help you when it comes to brain fog. So as I mentioned, blood flow practices are really powerful. I know they seem simple or not that serious, but they do really make a huge impact. So Pilates, hula hooping, walking, even riding your bike is also really helpful. But doing those things where it's helping your body to circulate the blood flow versus pushing is going to make a huge difference, because there are certain exercises that you actually want to avoid if you are in a state of burnout, because it can make things so much worse. Trust me, I learned the hard way and I actually started to gain more weight. So you want to practice more gentle and low impact exercises. The next thing is going to be mineral support, as I mentioned before. Iron is so important for delivering oxygen, which is what the cells need. The cells cannot move around without oxygen. Magnesium helps the body to relax. Most of us are so deficient in magnesium and don't realize it. And zinc is super powerful for the brain as well. Herbs like ginkgo biloba and gotu-kola, which are found in the Brew tea by Haya Herbs. You should absolutely check it out. It's one of my favorite teas. It keeps my mind so sharp and so focused. Those herbs are going to be really helpful for activating oxygen flow to the brain. And then, of course, my personal favorite, pleasure practices. So anything that brings you joy, laughter, having a good time is going to bring more oxygen to the brain. And if you're looking for a beautiful community to support you along your journey for incorporating more pleasure into your life, you can click the link down below as well. So let me know, have you experienced brain fog during burnout? I am so curious as to know if I was the only one or if this is more common than I realized, because when I was going through it, there weren't any resources to really tell me what was going on. I had to piece it all together. So if you learned something in this video or if this resonated with you, then be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that other women that are stuck in burnout and brain fog can know exactly what's going on so we can be able to get them the help that they need. So I want you to thank yourself so much for showing up for you today. Definitely stay tuned because we have so much more coming on how burnout and cortisol impacts your body, especially for women.